The talkback. Now, join us on the program. Very, very happy to have with us the guy who has compiled all of the images that you will see in the Ohioans Volk. Oleg, thank you so much for coming on the program tonight.
A pleasure to be with you.
It's great to have you back here, and a fantastic calendar, just chock full of great quotes and, of course, great photographs by yourself as well.
I provided the photographs, and people who laid out the calendar put together the quotes using my posters, but they mixed and matched the quotes as they saw fit, and the calendar looks pretty popular.
Yeah, it's great. I received a copy from Ohioans For Concealed Carry a couple of days ago, and we've actually got, I hope you don't mind, but we took a couple of the pictures that are in the calendar, and I wanted to let some of the folks at home watching on the Internet take a look at some of these. I want to ask you, like, how long have you been, because you are incredibly popular on the Internet, your photographs are all over the place. How long have you been taking pictures, I guess, of firearms-related subjects?
My first articles on the topic were written for a San Francisco student newspaper when I was visited in '95. They did not publish it. So I translated it in English and published it with a couple of drawings. I started doing photography of firearms seriously in '95 and '96. I didn't actually own a gun of my own till '97. I felt that I wasn't good enough shot to make much of a difference as infantry, but I could be okay public relations department.
And so you've been taking these pictures now for what? I guess almost a decade now, right?
Yes, over a decade.
Wow. Any idea how many photographs you've taken that are Second Amendment related?
I'm guessing that online there is probably upwards of 400 posters and perhaps as many as 2,500 other firearms-related images. I do a lot of advertising of firearms-related things now, and most of the people for whom I do the advertising are gracious enough to allow me to also repurpose any images I do as work for posters.
Now, are all of your models professional models?
None of them are.
None of them are?
Everyone that I feature is either a real gun owner, or in a few cases, they become gun owners after they are in photos. One of my models is a Mennonite who is a pacifist, and she appears in quite a few posters. She knows how to use guns. She would never use them in self-defense, but she believes in maintaining the right for the benefit of others. I've also had one model who appeared in quite a few of my images who was a very staunch anti up until the time that I and a few friends had nudged her a little bit in our direction. As far as the calendar goes, you will note that the youngest person in it, the young lady in a green cowboy hat with a .45 revolver, is 11, and she just was a recipient of an auto-loading shotgun because she's a proficient hunter and clay shooter. So, as you can see, the youngest I photographed may be 11, and the oldest would probably be in late 80s. So, quite a bit of spread there.
How do you find your models? And if they're not professional, if they are all gun owners, or as you mentioned, people that have gone on to become gun owners, how do you find your models?
Usually, I ask people, or they approach me. For example, Kit, who appears in so many of my images, and whom we can today congratulate on graduating from Montana Police Academy, approached me because somebody suggested to her that she should star in some of the posters while coming through Tennessee. Another person who appears in 3 of the images in the calendar, Lori, actually regularly flies in from Texas. And some of these people are friends, and I will just take pictures, and sometimes I do them specifically for a layout that I have in mind, and other times I'll have a photo and it will suggest the layout to me.
I think that's so fascinating to me, because you have been able to get such a great cross section of America, and again, all of your subjects have just sort of, I guess, kind of run across your path.
I've been occasionally accused of favoring the younger subjects, but I have to note that some people who look young in my pictures aren't necessarily in real life. The apparent difference in age could be as much as 20 years. And conversely, the young lady who is 11 probably looks closer to being a college student in the poster that is printed in the calendar.
Now, do you think, do you have any plans to stop taking these photographs, or are you going to keep going? I have no idea. I hope not.
One plan I do have is to try and expand the understanding that ability to own firearms is a necessary civil right and a necessary condition for liberty, but it is not the sole condition necessary for liberty. And it saddens to see me how many people are willing to basically oppress their neighbor. Even though they believe themselves to be pro-gun rights, they aren't necessarily pro-freedom and pro-self-determination for others in the broad sense of it. So I'm currently working on setting up another forum with help of other people that would expand the civil rights and personal rights angle to include more than just firearms. Interesting.
Well, Oleg, I wish you the very best, and your website is olegvolk.net, correct?
That's my personal website. I also run the highroad.org forum, armedpolitesociety.com, which is another forum which is tangentially related to firearms, and a-human-right.com, which is the original poster repository. And all of the posters on my site are provided at full resolution, so if somebody wants to publish them, they're welcome to do that. Preferably let me know in what context. My posters have also been translated into a number of languages and used for pro-carry and pro-gun ownership campaigns in countries like Germany, Russia, Switzerland, Brazil. That was used on a billboard. Some of the Middle Eastern countries, and probably a few others that I'm forgetting right now. So anybody who needs translated versions, talk to me.
All right. Oleg, thank you so much for on the program tonight. It's great talking to you again. Oleg Volk joining us, and again, the photographer behind all of the images of the Women of Concealed Carry website. By the way, Kit, the model that Oleg mentioned that just graduated from the Montana Police Academy. I tell you what, Mike, if you go back, I believe it's the first, there you go. That's Kit, by the way, who just graduated from the Montana Police Academy. So congratulations to Kit, if she is listening this evening. 14 after the hour here at NRAnews.com and Sirius Patriot 144. Jeff in St. Clairsville, Ohio says, Cam, we ought to get one of Mr. Volk's pictures put on a billboard and posted within sight of Bloomberg's office. Oh, that'd be great. That'd be wonderful. Maybe just a big old Times Square billboard. That's what you need. Just a big, they've got the PETA Kills Animal billboard. Just a big billboard smack dab in the middle of Times Square. Oh, that would drive Bloomberg just absolutely nutty, wouldn't it? Even more nutty, I guess. When we come back to the program, you'll hear from Bud Reeves, who writes Tree Talk